Hi, welcome to today's video. Today we're going to be talking about communication. So first, I want you to think about this. What is your favorite communicating method? Why? Social networking site, like Facebook or Instagram, email, texting, phone, online calls, or instant message, such as WhatsApp. Please think about this before class. Okay, I want you to please pause your video, click on the other video I linked in Moodle, watch it, and then come back and answer these questions. What is the people's favorite communicating method? Pause your video now. Okay, so after you watch the other video, we can answer. What is Jeff's favorite communicating method? That's right, it is social networking sites. What about Victoria? Yeah, it is the email. David likes internet calls. And Sarah? Instant messaging. That's right. Great. Please pause your video again, go back and watch the video, and then come back to decide if these sentences are true or false. You can pause your video right now. Okay, so now that you finished, let's go ahead and check. Number 1. Jeff goes on his social networking site 8 to 10 times a day. This is false. Jeff likes to check his friends' pages to see what they are doing. True. Victoria is the only person in her house that uses email. False. Victoria's kids text all the time. True. David is never on the phone at work. False. David uses his laptop to make calls over the internet when he travels. True. Sarah instant messages all of her friends. False. Sarah often calls her friends to catch up. True. Great job. Now, let's go to our student book, page 13, exercise A. I want you to find sentences in the interviews with a similar meaning to the ones below. Rewrite the sentences changing the words in bold. For example, we have, with friends, he usually texts. If you go to exercise 12 in the article, you will find a sentence that is very similar, but the part here in bold, usually text, is the one that is different. Please pause your video while you identify the four sentences. Okay, let's go ahead and check our answers. We have, with friends, he tends to text. For number 2, you should have found, every once in a while, I'll instant message. 3, my kids are constantly texting. And 4, the one you should have found in the article is, when I am traveling, I normally use my laptop. Very good. Let's continue. What are the sentences expressing? They are talking about things happening in the future. They are talking about habits, or they are talking about one-time events. You can pause your video and analyze the examples. So if you notice, all of these sentences are talking about habits. Let's go ahead and see how they do it. First, we need to match the structures and the sentences. Once again, we have 4 sentences and we have 4 examples. Pause your video, please. Okay, let's go ahead and check. So, with friends, he tends to text. Of course, the structure is tend to plus our verb in base form. Every once in a while, I'll instant message. We have will plus verb, again in base form. My kids are constantly texting, present continuous. And the last sentence, when I am traveling, I normally use my laptop, has both present continuous and simple present. But why do we use this? Now please pause your video and match the structures to the uses. We have habits, a habit that happens at the same time as another habit, or a habit that is very frequent. Pause your video, please. Okay, it's time to check. So, we have for habits, with friends, he tends to text. Every once in a while, I'll instant message, and I normally use my laptop. So we can use the three options: tend to verb, will plus verb, and in this case, it doesn't refer to the future, or simple present, and we're talking about normal habits. Now, a habit that happens at the same time as another, then here we're going to use present continuous. When I am traveling, I normally use my laptop. So my habit is traveling, and this happens, right? As the same time as using my laptop. In a habit that is very frequent, we're using again present continuous, but I am adding the word constantly. Let's continue. Please go to your workbook page number 4, exercise B. Here, you're going to circle the best option to complete the conversations. Let's complete conversation 1 together. How many times a day do you text your friends? Well, I'll send or I'm sending a reply whenever I get a message. In this case, we're going to use I'll send, right? So I don't know, maybe 20 or 30 times a day? Mostly, we're making plans by text. That's right, we make. But I tend to call, I'm calling if I want to have a real conversation or something. Here we're going to use I tend to call. That's right. Pause our video and complete conversations 2 and 3. Okay, let's continue. 2. How do you keep in touch with your family when you're away from home? When I'm traveling, we try to video chat on the internet. That way we can talk for free. And we'll email too. I like to keep in touch. Conversation 3. Have you ever used the internet to find a friend? Yeah, I'm always searching online to see if I can find my own school friends. I'll find someone every once in a while. It is fun to see what they are doing now. Occasionally, I'll contact them, but I don't do it often. Very good. Excellent. Okay, now work in exercise A. Here you have to complete the sentences with the correct form of the verbs given. Do you need simple present? Do you need a present continuous? Tend to? Will? Pause your video while you work on this. Okay, let's check to the first part of number 1. My best friend can be really annoying. She is constantly looking at her phone. Here, we're using present continuous because we have our keyword constantly. Okay, guys, we're going to continue checking this exercise during our class. I will see you then. Bye bye.